Tervetuloa takaisin Phoenix Wright Ace-Attorneyn läpipeluuseen. Se on trialipäivä tänään. Viime jaksossa. Mitäs me lähdettiin etsimään? Mä en kyllä enää muista. Mitä me oikeastaan saatiin selville. Löydettiin se tämän päivän todistaja. Mä en saa sitä oikein mitään irti. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Well, very well. No opening statements, no, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, you must question everything. It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop order. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Court Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Hienos jättää nimen sanomatta. Interesting. Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Raise an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright, bah. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sorry. Yep. What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Interesting! Ergo, he can recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in the question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Vai että ei muista. Mites oli tämä? Brain damage. Se on tämä. Se on niin tämä. Se on niin läpinäkyvä, että se on tämä. Joka ampui... Mikähän se Edgeworthin isän nimi nyt olikaan? The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Kuulemma minuutti on täynnä. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. But Mr. Wright, cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Rawr! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Jep. Tässä ei ole mitään ihmeellistä, mutta pressataan. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you, sir? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. Ask him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remember it clearly, I did. Yep. You see? Continue. Oliko meillä tähän mitään? Se valokuva, se kaikki on kyllä puhunut siitä, että se on tullut tyyli ollut bang ja bang. Mitä on tapahtunut? 11.50. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough. Johanna, this Polly is a parrot. Parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Then I heard a bang. Yep. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the leg, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good, continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there, I couldn't see it clearly. But I figured there was 2 men on there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep, at the time, that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. So you heard two gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lola said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you, sir? Uh-oh. Dad? Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead. As he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Ajatus. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way that things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick, or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. Entinen miksi, mutta Joanna. We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. And you are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's not good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear, Mrs.? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high of an expectation. However, 50 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. 1 minuutti on mennyt. Enough, the witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant Miles Edgeworth guilty. The accused will surrender the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait. Oh, who was that just now? Me? Huh? Wow. Larry. Oh, what are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Kalma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. The gunshot, that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different what I remembered. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you have already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Sieltä tulee elinkäytösen sijaan kuolemantuomio. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make certain no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Kalma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for 5 minutes. 5 minutes recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Phew. That was too close. That was more than close. That went over. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You are sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. I was at the lake that night. Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Alright. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor, the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance? Orgama has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. It was 15 minutes. 15. Everything is on Larry now. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit, but you are our last chance. Well, Gamma didn't have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. The night of the murder. That night I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single shot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we have come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Tonight I was out in a boat on the lake. Sä varmaan kysyt, että miksi sä olit siellä ja se tulee seuraavassa sitten, mutta presstaan kaikkea taas. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 o'clock when I went out in the boat. But that time everyone had gone home for the night. I was actually by that time, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something and I found it. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it that what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. And what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock, yeah. You know, sir? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not sure, some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did that sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Tämä on interesting. Mielenkiintoinen väite. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part in this case. So after I heard the single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Tämä näin, missä sanois. Ei. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. Yes, sir. That's what I said. But Miss Lotterhart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all of what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Ah, Mr. Butts. What? You only heard one gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else. My radio, dude. With my headphones. What? Order. And stop that booing. Mr. Bus. You were listening to the radio with your headphones. Yeah, so what? What a crime. That's a crime. I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include detail like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. He's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at high volume. Yeah, it was a big problem. Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I really believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between the songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing with this charade. What Larry heard. He's slowly being alone on Christmas Eve. So you turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know. I don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone. I shouldn't have said anything. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio scene. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. Minister was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts. Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? I was listening to it real booming loud like. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. No, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. What did he say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good knowing what the radio DJ said to us. Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. Olen vähän samaa mieltä, että we don't, mutta mihinkä se johtaisi meitä? We should care. We should care, Joanna. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Nämä äänethän on tullut 15 minuuttia sen jälkeen. After midnight. Larry, are you absolutely sure that what you are saying is correct? Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you are trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Joanna, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize that what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still a Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts two testimonies we have heard so far, yes, Joanna. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Joanna. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard the gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard the gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Joanna. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. No. Mulla on tämä. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Joanna, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Joanna, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why the photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshot after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Joanna. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Joanna, that night there were two sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. No mulla on tää asia, joka sanoo, että sillä on ammuttu 3. This is my evidence. The murder weapon. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Eli siis se ensimmäinen. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we have seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong with me, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We have already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you have finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Boncamo. The man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of this shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. Huh? What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have a photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The time stamp on the photo says 00:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. Pienetkin tuli viesti. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. Edgeworth oli siinä veneessä. Koska ne kanssa sit olisi ollut. Ei se voi pitää paikkansa sitten. Ei se Hammondi oo. Edgeworth and the Murderer. Koska nämä kaikissa muissa vaihtoehdoissa on tää Hammondi, joka ei tässä tapauksessa voi olla siinä. Of course it was Edgeworth and the Murderer. The murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50. He assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake at that time. Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. No, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right. It's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Huh? The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. No, eipä sillä ole sinänsä väliä. Se on voinut olla missä tahansa, mutta luultavasti sen omassa mökissä tai jossain siellä. Kaikki on väittänyt, että se on ollut täällä järvellä kyllä, mutta... Paitsi sitten se Larry sanoi, että se ei tiedä ollut ihan varma, että missä se tuli. No, hyvällä arvauksella se on ollut täällä mökissä. Yeah, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That's where he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Joanna, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop? Mr. Wright, what happened that night on the court lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out in the middle of the night, middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on both Mr. Wright? The boat shopkeeper. The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Notice, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. That was why the murderer had to fire twice. The creative witness. Se tiesi sitä kamerasta. Se ensimmäinen kamera herätti sen. Ja siis se ensimmäinen laukaus herätti sen kamera. Ja toisella kerralla se varmisti sen, että se kamera ottaa kuvan siitä. I believe he should twice to create a witness, Joanne. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That then says that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. No. Okei. Ehkä se on enemmän järkenkääpä selitys. Once you realize that everything else falls into place, the boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammer's wet coat back to the body and threw his body into the lake. This is what happened, Joanna. These are the events that transpired that night on the Cold Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat caretaker, quickly. Very well, while we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Joanna, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Broncamo, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned. Yeah, Nick, you did it. Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. So, once I sifted through his unique testimony, still, he did save us. I just wish our case went so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. I'm Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you are probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not even for me yet. It's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is it about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Olitko se sittenkin sinä, joka murhasi sun isäsi? No, siihen oli mielenkiintoinen. Kiitos kun katsoitte ja jatketaan tutkimisella ensi kerralla.